Lionel Richie's trying to get the cup. He's trying to get that cup. Homeboy has a museum. He has a museum. Why does everyone believe that Arsenal are out because they are facing Napoli? As long as Zidane can't get there, I think Chelsea's name is written in the stars.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Yo guys, it's the kid, man. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's been a hustle for me. Feeling very under the weather. So I know I had to put a few videos up, but I was unable to because again, I was feeling under the weather. So I just had to re-up and just get things through here. So I wanted just to give like a much more rounded reaction to the Champions League quarterfinal draw and also the Europa League draw, because the Europa League draw I think is very interesting. I think what we're seeing right now is both competitions are popping off. Both competitions are popping off, and never ever disrespect your boy Abramovich. I'm gonna get to Abramovich because this whole Europa thing, Abramovich wants that, and he's just making his moves. So I can't speak more because I spoke to Abramovich on the phone because Abramovich, is my guy, and Roman just said, "Look, Double H, relax. I got this." I was like, "Whoa," but Abramovich says, "No. I got this one." So it's cool. So let me just go back to the whole Champions League draw again. Let me be real with you. There is not a great glamour tie. Like, we didn't get a Liverpool Juventus, Liverpool Barcelona. We didn't get a Man City Barcelona, a Man City Juventus. There's not a real glamour tie. But there are good matches here. There are good matches here. I mean, apart from... No, they're all... If you think about it, they're all good matches here. I mean, the one match where you say it's a foregone... No, I would say foregone conclusion, but the easiest to predict is Liverpool-Porto. FC Porto in Portugal are not a joke. Speak to your Portuguese homies. Okay, my Portuguese homies who speak to me and everything online and so forth. Look, man, see, just like FC Porto, the key to FC Porto that game is how are they going to do at Anfield. If they get blazed at Anfield without an away G, then it may be leave too much. But trust me, they are a force in Portugal. And I do believe that FC Porto will put forth a much sterner test for Liverpool than those clowns, Bayern Munich did. But I just think that, for Liverpool, FC Porto, you would expect Liverpool, if they got their bodies, and my guy, look, guys, I get that technically his birth certificate says Senegalese. I've spoken to a few people. I've been to some birth records, and again, I'll prove this. I'll release a video next week. I do believe that there is an argument that could be said that his birth certificate was switched at birth. Let me do my due diligence. I'm going to do the research. I'm going to speak to a few people, make a few calls, and prove it. Because from what I've heard, again, just from what I've heard, hence why I need to research it, his birth certificate got switched, and he's actually Nigerian. But until I prove that, all right, fine, Senegal, take your dude, man. Okay, so what? So what we would? So what? So Nigeria can't have money for the Nations Cup. Okay, so we're about to deal with that clown Igalo. Come on, just give us money, man. Come on. Okay, you have Koulibaly and all those and Sarr. Just give us money for this Nations Cup. Just for this Nations Cup, and then we'll give you back. Just get this Nations Cup, please. But yeah, but you'd expect Liverpool to take down FC Porto there. See, Tottenham, Man City. Those are going to be two good matches. Those are going to be two good matches. Would you call it a big tie? Would you call it a glamour tie? I don't think you would. I don't think you would really call that a glamour tie. That is the key thing is Tottenham can't beat Man City over two legs. Tottenham can't beat Man City in a winner take all. Look, remember, whenever we do these previews, we go based on what we know, past experience, and using everything. It doesn't make any sense to say, oh man, it's football, Tottenham could win. Yeah, of course. They could just as well. Imagine before the PSG Man U game, someone said, oh, Man U could beat PSG. You're good. Great. People will laugh at you. Because they'll say, wait a minute. I get the miracle at Camp Nou. That's Barcelona. United, all those injuries away at Paris, 2-0 down. This is the same at Barcelona who are playing at home. But it happened. It would have made no sense to make that your predict to begin with. So that's just me being real. So it's like, that's a good draw for Man City. Like, let me be real. If Man City had drawn FC Porto or Ajax, then I know, okay guys, then it's fixed. You see, this will be a challenge for them, but expect them to get through. But I think Tottenham will pose a much stiffer challenge to them than either FC Porto or Ajax would. See, Man United, Barcelona, again, see, that again is an interesting tie. It's an interesting because I know that La Bill will love to play at the Camp Nou. And again, that could be an audition for him. He wanted to play at the Camp Nou. And him and homeboy Messi, I think they met at Salt Bay's kitchen place and everything. So that's just going to be a very interesting game. And I think that United, they're going to have a lot of fun. And it's a dangerous tie for Barcelona. But when you think about Barcelona, what they're aiming for, who they have, what their target is, Man United's target isn't to win the Champions League. Their target is top 4. Barcelona's target is to win the Champions League. So it's a whole different thing. And I think from what I'm seeing here, because I believe they have it in order of legs, United play the home leg first. United ain't I mean, Barcelona are getting that as a Camp Nou. Everyone, Barcelona always gets that as a Camp Nou second leg. You know, very few teams come away from Camp Nou without. Very few teams come away from Camp Nou without getting that ass beat. Until we go back to 2010, your boy Jose Mourinho with the classic 1-0 jump that led him through. Jose, He's still the GOAT, by the way. So look, we expect Barcelona to get that United thing, but at the same time, because shout out to my main man, Nick's Kwamina, Nick's Sports, great place. My homeboy Nick's United fan, and obviously Terry as well. Because even Nick's even says that, look, man, don't count us out. Same thing as Terry, don't count us out. And let me just say this to Barcelona right now: they should go through. It's their main aim. I think Barcelona should look at PSG. Yes, they're not as much of losers at terms as Barcelona as thingy, but what they're going for is so important. They know what happened against Roma. I think Barcelona are like, all right, we are laser focused in getting this job done. We are not going to be making any mistakes whatsoever. I think even for them, they're like, because this is so important, let's go to Old Trafford and get that ass. That's what we're going to do. I think Messi's going to say, you know what? Let's not even leave this to that whole Camp Nou thing, because whatever happens at Old Trafford, we're going to turn it around in Camp Nou. So maybe Messi and the crew be like, you know what? Let's end that thing at Old Trafford. Make we end it at Old Trafford. So look, my Messi's guys on something different, bro. The guy's something different, okay? Lionel Richie is trying to get the cup. He's trying to get that cup. He go look for cup. He go chop cup. He go take the man. He go take on chop cup. That's a little bit of pigeon there. Ask your Nigerian friend. So yeah, but whatever the case may be, we're in for 2 very interesting legs. See, Ajax Juventus, I think that's going to be a really good match. I think Ajax will have a lot of fun. But, see, that's a very bad matchup. See, Real Madrid was a great matchup for Ajax. They come out, they're open, beautiful for Ajax's passing game. Juventus are not a team that's come out. Very bad for Ajax's passing game. And I think Juventus, they're very efficient, very effective, have a goal-scoring machine in Cristiano. It's a bad matchup for Ajax. Look, man, Cristiano. Oga Cristiano. He wants it. He wants it. Homeboy has a museum. He has a museum. So, you really don't... So, and I think his brother runs a museum, so it's like, look, brother, we're going to have to add another sealed trophy in that museum because I want to show H that he's going to put me in as the horseman. And I think that's what he wants. Because I did speak to him last night. I said... So first of all, he called me and said, look, Cristiano, why you calling me? It's like 2 a.m. He said, did you see the draw? I said, yes, I did. You see the semi-final thing? Yes, I did. You know that I'm getting to the final? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm just a humble Nigerian analyst. He said, Double H, I'm winning that cup. Then I was about to respond. They said, shut the hell up. I said, whoa, you called me. You can't be rude to me when you call me. They said that when I win that cup, you're going to have to put me in as a horseman. And I'm going to pressurize you to put me as a horseman. I say, Cristiano, no one pressures me into anything. My name is Halford. My name is Double H. My name is the kid. Okay, my name is the Nigerian, the blue picking, the number one. Nobody pressures me to do anything. And then he dropped the phone. So we left it there. So, but when you look at that, that's the key thing. Bad matchup for Ajax. Bad matchup for Ajax. So I just think for Ajax, it's about, look, man, have fun. Like, if you're Ajax, Ten Hag and people, have fun, enjoy yourselves. Don't second guess. Just play for football, and whatever happens, happens. Because who knows? Maybe you catch Juventus on a bad day. Maybe things just really click for you. So, but just think of Juventus, they know that, look, man, I think what they will do, even if they're like, man, maybe the Juventus stadium can maybe be a huge fortress, but I just feel that they're too professional to be like, you know what? Same thing with Barcelona. Let's go to the Ajax stadium and get that away goal. Let them get their 2-3 goals. We get an away goal. Bare minimum, we get an away goal there. And the Juventus Stadium, we clean them up. So again, and I think as we've seen, I believe the semi-final, because I don't want to just look to the back, I think the semi-final, I believe Liverpool, Barcelona, Man City, Juventus. And let me be real with you. Those are two crackerjack semi-finals. Like Liverpool, Barcelona. I mean, that'd be bloody damn good. I mean, Mane and Salah on that big pitch. You know, what can Van Dijk do against Lionel Richie? And people. Man City, Juventus. I mean, Pep, if you're gonna win, because see now for Pep, that's when it's real now. Because if you want to win this, you're going to have to go through Juventus, most likely. And that's going to be a very difficult game for like, that's going to be real now. You have to. So, do you have a plan of beating Cristiano and his ego and all that stuff and everything? So, remember, guys, who knows what Tottenham could do? FC Porto could do. Man has to do the football. That's the beauty of football. You can never predict. So, but still, that's the semi-final that we predict. Let's go to the Europa. Pretty interesting. Just looking at these teams, which would I say is the strongest team here? Let me be real with you. People are a lot here because the Spanish teams have really dominated this right now. But by the Spanish teams dominating it, by the time we get to the semi-final, we're going to have one Spanish team left. And I do believe that there is a strong chance that the winner, or rather a potential winner, could come through that Villarreal-Valencia game. Villarreal are really good. They have a Nigerian brother, Samuel Chukwueze, and Santi Cazorla. I know, and they're just a really good team. Valencia, total bricks in the Champions League, but I think they've come into form a lot better in La Liga, and they've been pretty good in the Europa League. So that's going to be a really good game. And I think whoever comes through that game, I feel will be strong favourites for the whole thing. I don't know, I'll get to Abramovich. Benfica, Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, those are teams that dangerous. You may not call them potential winners, but dangerous teams. Benfica, similar to FC Porto, always a tough team to face. Always a tough team to face. And again, remember, Benfica, they're one of the teams that dropped out from the Champions League. Eintracht Frankfurt, even since Niko Kovac has left, they've still been a very strong force, even in the Bundesliga as well. I mean, let me just see Bundesliga table. They're fifth. They're fifth in the Bundesliga table, and so Frankfurt are doing better than teams like freaking Schalke, Wolfsburg, Leverkusen, teams that have way more to spend than them and everything, and far bigger clubs. Shout out, that was Okocha's old team, Frankfurt. So yeah, Benfica Frankfurt, that's an interesting one. So Villarreal Valencia. I'm riding with Villarreal. I just think Villarreal's attack and the flamboyance they have in them, I think, will beat Valencia's efficiency and pragmatism. So I'm going to go for flamboyancy over efficiency in that game right there. So yeah, I think I'm a ride with Villarreal. Benfica, Eintracht Frankfurt. That's a tough one. I'm going to go with Frankfurt. I'm liking Frankfurt here. I'm going to go with Frankfurt. I just think Frankfurt tactically will have enough, and I believe second leg. See, if the second leg was in Portugal, then maybe second leg is in Germany. So I think I'm going to roll with Frankfurt to take that down. Now look, let's talk about Slavia Prague and Chelsea. Abramovich wants this Europa. I'm not saying he paid people off, okay, because Abramovich doesn't do stuff like that. But Abramovich, he called me and said, "Look, I want this Europa, and I'm just trying to navigate things away." So Slavia Prague, Chelsea, that is something that Chelsea should very easily navigate. You know, again, that's what I told you. I didn't really do much in the whole Dynamo Kiev thing because look, Chelsea, that's easy pickings. Easy pickings. Slavia Prague, Chelsea should win both legs. And again, it is to the advantage. Again, first leg is in Czech Republic. Get that done. Home leg, Stamford Bridge. Clean it all out. Look forward to the semi. Because again, once Chelsea reach the semi-final, it's real now. It's real. Like the semi-final is when it's okay now. There no more easy games now. No more easy games. So the Slavia Prague is a good prepper for what are going to be 2-3 tough games. The two-legged game in the semi-final, which Chelsea should win, and the one-off game in the final, which again Chelsea should win and have to win. So again, for Chelsea, it's the part of the Europa, and I believe Chelsea are going to take that Europa. As long as Zad and Kante are holding it down, as long as Zad and Kante are there, I think Chelsea's name is written in the stars. It's written in the stars. It's written in the stars for that cup. You know that. So that's because I think as long as Zad and Kante there, I think they can get that cup. I think they can get that cup. But Slavia Prague, easy pickings. Now, why does everyone believe that Arsenal are out because they are facing Napoli? And Napoli now a giant? Are they one of the favorites? No, they're not. Sorry, they're not. They are, I put them like third, fourth favorites, but as much as people think this is a bad draw for Arsenal, I promise you, Ancelotti and Insigne and the crew are like, this is not a good draw for us. Because yes, Napoli know that, boom, our men can get at that weak to defend and they'll come out for us. But not like Koulibaly and the crew are going to be fearful of a very dangerous attack. A very dangerous and a very fluid attack. You know, so that's the game of the round. That is the game of the round. First leg is at the Emirates, so that is tricky. See, if second leg at the Emirates, I think would have been cool for Arsenal. Because Naples is a tough place to go to, man. think Arsenal can do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard because if they don't get a good result at the Emirates, then they're done. Because second leg at Naples, that plays very well into the advantage of Napoli. It plays very, very well into the advantage. But I think they can pull it off. I think they can pull it off. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. But as of now, maybe I'll change. I'm running with Arsenal. So Arsenal, Chelsea, Eintracht Frankfurt, Villarreal. I think those are the 4 horsemen that will make it through. So guys, look, man, I think we are in for a pretty interesting European finale. What are the chances that 2 Spanish teams win again? I think it's unlikely. It's more likely that a Spanish team wins the Champions League than I think the Europa. Because if either Villarreal or Valencia go through, I think Chelsea can stop either. I think Chelsea can beat either of them. I think Arsenal can beat either of them. Yeah. See, I'm not sure whether Napoli can beat either Villarreal or Valencia now. Frankfurt, it depends. Benfica, no. So that's the thing. The only teams who I think can take out those 2 Spanish teams, if either of them go, or either of them that go through, is probably either Arsenal or Chelsea. On their day. That's the thing, on their day. Because Arsenal and Chelsea are teams where if they have a bad day, they'll get smoked. But when they have... See, Arsenal and Chelsea, on their good day, they'll win this competition. They will win this competition. On their good day, they will win this competition. On their good day, they can beat any of these teams on their good day. Based on the individual and personal that they have. Because I think even with Villarreal and Valencia, they don't have an Aubameyang. They don't have a Lacazette. They don't have a Zad. They don't have a Kante. I think these are real critical individual dudes. It's just that Villarreal and Valencia, they're more consistent than either Chelsea or Arsenal, who are either really bad or bloody amazing. So, yeah, man, I personally can't wait. And we're only a few weeks away of finding out, man. It's going down, and this is the only channel in the globe that gives you the full analysis. Peace out, stay true, and stay black. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.